Hey everybody, I'm back with another video about my project XGUI. It was pointed out to me after my last video, but I forgot a very important aspect about this, the code generation. It's actually the entire point of the project is to be able to come in here, use the nice what you see is what you get editor, generate your UI, and then export it to code and forget all about the editor and everything that came with it and just use your brand new UI in whatever way you want. So I'm going to go over today and generate a little bit more complex UI than just throwing some things on the screen like I did before, and then show you the code generation part. Depending on how long the video goes, I might split it up into two videos, but I'm going to try to keep it short. I've also updated my settings on my screen capture software, so now you guys should be able to see my menus and other pop-ups. So let's get started here. Pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm just going to recreate a small section of this layout settings right here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a vertical layout in there. It was pointed out to me before that with my screen size, everything is kind of large and it's a little bit hard to follow what's going on the screen when everything is just span across the whole thing. So we're just going to put a little box in here to contain all that. You're not going to be able to see it or anything. It's just going to hang out there and do its job. So let's look up here. You can see it looks like we've got a horizontal layout, a vertical layout, some buttons. We're just going to put one in for now. So that part's done. Now we got to come over here. It looks like another horizontal layout with a label for the image, and then a vertical layout and two more labels. One thing I want to go over real quick is it's important to name these things. It's used in the code, so unless you want to be hunting down things like vertical layout 563 in your code, I would give them a proper name. It should prevent you from naming anything with the same name as anything else, because that'll also cause problems in the code, but just try to keep them unique just in case. So this one is just a container, just the window container, and obviously don't name them anything that's going to be a reserved name in code, anything in C# or any other code you might have going on. Not sure that would be a terribly good idea either. So this is a header container, and then this is going to be the button container. This one is the info container, we'll call it. And this one we'll just call info details. So we've got our basic layout there. We can start styling things to look like this. So this one's a box, we got that. This one needs to be the help box. Now this is in now, so I can come down here and start typing and just go click help box. There we go, it's a help box. These are toolbar buttons. What's TE toolbar button, just out of curiosity? Same thing. Alright. Info container is our sideways one. There's nothing to it. I'll just delete that so that goes away. Label. I just got a little image in here. Something to note that's important about using images in any sort of GUI content ever, if it's really big and you use the size to go ahead and try to restrict that down, it'll do it, but there may be spacing that occurs around the element that you can't figure out where it's coming from. And that's a Unity thing. There's nothing I can do about it. I haven't figured out why it happens, because it doesn't even reserve the same amount of space as the actual size of the image either. But if the image is too big and you shrink it down too much and you're getting weird spacing, that's why. So try to keep your images about the same size as you want to use them. So we got our image in there. Let's go ahead and give these some text. This is editor window, and this is a lot of stuff. Editor windows are used to create right, awesome. Now this one has a style on it. It's a word wrapped mini label. Yeah. All right. So this one, go ahead and give him a width of 500 as well. Oh no, not the, yeah, our header container. There we go. So now our button container, we want to keep our buttons probably about 150 maybe. Yeah, that looks good. And then let's go ahead and duplicate this button a couple times. Oh no, let's give it a name. Actually, it's not. It's easier once you duplicate it. And let's go put some text on them now. This one is new. Save. Save as. Generate. And load. Alright, so, and one of these has a style on it that it doesn't need. This one. So, I don't know where I put that 64 by 64. There we go. So as you can see, it's not too hard to do that. We'll just we'll real quickly throw in a vertical panel below that. You're gonna have a horizontal one, a label, and a text field. And this is layout name. The text field doesn't do anything. This doesn't have anything special on it. And you're supposed to sit inside of there. This is the pop-up menu. I don't know if you guys caught it before, if I mentioned it. But when you drag something onto something else, you can insert it above it, below it, or if it can contain things inside of it. So I want to put this inside of there to get it where it's actually supposed to be. And then this one is supposed to have the help box on it. And then we just duplicate, and this one needs a button, and we'll call this, well, this button has a style of mini button right, I'm sure of it. Oh, forgot to give the labels a width. Let's give them all a width of like 150. There you go. So as you can see, it's just starting to all come together. Look like we are over there. Layout older, no, layout folder, and the GUI skin. So it's not too hard. That went way quicker than it ever would have taken me to create this layout in actual code. So now I'm going to take a break right here, and then we'll pick back up again with how to go ahead and generate everything.